This ain't no joke, this ain't no game. This that CSZ game. They said pull up, so I came. You better put some respect on their name. Yeah, 55 was goody. Kill the vibe, how could he? Big Cardinal on the hoodie. Let me break it down for you fully. This ain't your average broadcast. This ain't just no podcast. All the show spread fake news. We just call it podcast. West Joey, Sam, Shawn, Dalton. And you know that boy hit you. He said he wants small fry. Tell him they better make him bang. Yeah, you already know what we be on.
You bet. 40. Here he goes. This place is gone.
If we set it and set it in stone, sit in the seat, set up your phone. You in the Cardinal Sports Zone.
Straight steal of home. The slide. The Cards win.
The magic is working tonight. How do you know when things are
The emotional journey to the championship.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another late Friday night edition of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, coming to you live from the Rally House Studios, we think. I'm your host, Jeremy Wyman, here with my co-host for tonight. He is unique. He is an enigma. He is what's another word?
He did it.
No, that's not it. The one and only Sean Barber.
How's it going?
The droughted one. That's what we call him. The desert. Death Valley.
Sahara over here.
And also, as you can hear, it is our guy, the big little bro, Joe Wyman.
Acknowledge me.
Sean, you're so dumb. And next
No, Sean's going to acknowledge from now to April.
And next to Sean, it is the garb of the podcast tribal chief, myself. It's the championship and Ula Fala. And right behind it tells you how we're feeling tonight. Yeet. Gonna have a good time tonight. Don't forget the Mossy Oak chat line is open. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or however, send us your questions on social media. Check on the graphic below to see how you can follow the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast on social media and how to help support us monetarily. Easiest way is through YouTube subscriptions. 3 different levels of access. You get in the comments, we will give you priority over everybody else. It's a way to make you all turn against yourselves, basically. Go back to high school a little bit. Hit that thumbs up button if you're here on YouTube. Make sure you're watching on YouTube if you can. It'll help us out more. Shout out to our sponsors, Fitness Market, Four Pegs, Collision Course Crew Tailgaters, Cherry Picking, Shoot 360, Mossy Oak, Planet Fitness, and the incomparable Rally House. Let's hop to that chat really quick. We want to welcome in the only person on earth that's still watching us on Facebook, Mike Murphy. He doesn't know how to get a YouTube. It's okay.
AOL dial-up.
He's still on ICQ.
He's still on net zero.
He's still on like smoke signals outside. Wes Key's in the building. What's up? Always working and commenting. Robbie.
What are you doing?
Robbie says, good evening. I'm putting the comments up there so y'all can see him. Wes Brocky, you know what time it is? Live with your boys, the CSZ crew. The original. I love that. What's up, Crickets? What's up, Aaron? He's in our group chat. I love it. Which, by the way, we'll talk about that a little bit later in the show, but some message board shenanigans. That's why there's a couple people in our group that live and die by the message boards that they didn't really talk today because their little message boards was proven incorrect yesterday. So
good. I get to find out because I don't.
Well,
I don't listen.
We'll talk about that here. Remind me.
I'm in the group chat, but I hardly ever listen.
Fair enough. We can watch, listen, text, and talk. Absolutely. Look, you know what we're here for. We're here to preview the big matchup against Clemson tomorrow, 7:30 ESPN. They've given Clemson a 67% chance of victory. They're currently a 10-point favorite.
Yeah.
6-1 versus 5-3. We've played one more game than they have. Klubnik is averaging 262 yards per game, 2.8 touchdowns per game. Shuck 293 average per game. Both have 20 touchdowns. Klubnik has 3 picks. Shuck has 5 picks. And does Shuck just have the one turnover at the one fumble at Notre Dame?
as far as I know.
Yeah, but
Yes.
3 of those interceptions were off the receivers.
Yeah.
I can't hear you. You're talking to the
3 of those 5 interceptions were off the receivers. So
Absolutely. Cade Klubnik just sacked 5 times all year and has 3 turnovers. Shuck sacked 12 times with 6 turnovers. Mafi with 682 yards rushing, their leading rusher. Brown 649 yards rushing. For us, both have 6 touchdowns. Again, it sounds like we're pretty even, but you have to remember we played one more game than them, so their stats are a little bit more impressive, if you will. For
the passing yards, I mean, Chuck's got about a 700-yard advantage over him in passing yards.
I didn't think it was that much. I thought it was like
23-16.
Really?
Yeah. I just looked it up.
Okay. Their leading receiver, Williams, 28 catches for 393 yards and 5 touchdowns. Brining still 29 catches, 327 and 4 touchdowns. They've got 7 players with 40-yard catches. Ja'Cory Brooks, 44 catches, 799 yards, 8 touchdowns. ACC apparently don't know who he is. Next one up, Chris Bell, 20 catches, 345 yards, 2 touchdowns. We've got 8 players with 40-yard catches or more. Kicker-wise, Hauser for them has missed 2 field goals and an extra point. Our guys missed 6 field goals and 0 extra points. Defensive-wise, their leading tacklers are their linebackers and safeties. For us, our linebackers and defensive backs getting the job done tackling. TJ Quinn, Stanquan Clark, MJ Griffin, Antonio Watts, T-Mac. 8 players for Clemson with at least 1 pick. That's 9 overall. 8 guys with a sack for 17 overall. We've got 11 guys with a sack for 17 overall. So a couple more guys. Again, one game less. We played 1 game more, but we had the same amount of sacks with a few more players, and we've only intercepted the ball twice, which is just insane that we only have 2 interceptions. But they won't throw it to Quincy. So maybe that makes a little sense. 7 forced fumbles for Clemson. They've only recovered 4. We've got 5 forced fumbles and recovered all 5. 51 tackles for loss for Louisville, 32 for Clemson. Time of possession is so close. 30 minutes, 22 seconds versus 29 minutes and 38 seconds.
It's 512 yards difference. I got my appointment on November 12th.
That's fine.
I thought it was a 16. It was an 18.
It still could be enough to he could get close.
Well, that's if
for a lesser
any yards.
Right. Well, true. Yeah.
So his is going to increase as well.
All right. Let's get to the next part, which is thoughts. Shawn, I'm gonna go with you first. Keys to you've heard all the stats. I've laid them all out. I hope I've done Kelly Dickey proud by laying out all the stats. With the flaming red cardinal behind your head, tell us what the keys to victory are. And what's up, Rob Black, who just joined us on Facebook? He's also old and don't know how to get YouTube.
The key to victory defensively is to stop Klubnik. He's the number 1 guy for them. Everything goes through him, and we got to stop him because believe it or not, you know who Clemson's second leading rusher is? Cade Klubnik. So you got to stop him from running the ball. If he did that, I don't remember what game I watched earlier this year, but he had like a 40-yard run and a touchdown, and I think like a 25-yard run in the game. He's not like Lamar Jackson quick, but he's a guy that once he gets going, it's hard to stop him. Offensively, you're going to have to, I think, run the ball effectively. I know I've said that a lot this year, but you got to run the ball effectively because of the type of offense we have, and that's a lot of play action. If you're not running the ball effectively, that also hurts our offensive line, which right now, with the injuries, they're gonna have a tough time against that Clemson defense.
Now, Klubnik is to put this into a little bit of a deeper thought process. He is their second leading rusher, but nobody else after Klubnik has like over 45 yards rushing or whatever. It's a low number. Klubnik averages 32 rushing yards per game. That's what most quarterbacks get in a game. So he's not like we were worried about with Ward or what we were worried about with Castellanos or Bless you.
Yeah, so it's either to one point, it's kind of good for our defense because they can kind of focus in on one running back. There's not multiple running backs with 300-400 yards rushing. Where you have to, where maybe they bring different things to to the field. You can kind of effectively game plan for one running back and for obviously a running quarterback. We have to do that every game. We have to watch the quarterback, but we, like Shawn said, we have to run the ball. We have to commit to running the ball early. It may not. We can't get down early. That's the big thing, because what does that do? You can't keep running the ball. Not against a high-powered offense like Clemson. You're not going to be able to continue to run the ball to set up that play action. So that's going to take you from under center into the gun almost every time, and it's going to make it easier on their defense to do what they want to do. So we have to make sure that we withstand those early punches, kind of that bend, don't break, type defense. We're going to give up some plays. We know that, but it's more so just being disciplined on defense, knowing your spot, not seeing somebody maybe, cutting this way and now you go inside and then they throw a deep pass on you, which burnt us. I think it was Boston College at tight end on that 4th down play. We have to be able to run the ball to set the I formation. We need to play out the I formation as much as possible on offense. We proved against, I believe it was it Miami?
No, it was I want to say SMU.
Yeah, SMU
and Notre Dame.
That out of the I, we can run the ball, we can play action, we can pass it. Now we are down a tight end, a very good tight end. But we still got, Kariski just scored twice the last game. We still have Redmond. We still have, what's the other guy? Redmond, Kariski, and Johnson, but we had a 4th guy. Can't think of his name.
Yeah.
But we're pretty deep in the tight end room. So, and we just got to make sure that, Shuck is being smart with the ball, where he's putting it, because this is going to be one of the best defenses that we've played all year.
So let's save a little bit more because we got other questions down the road. Our guy Robbie Doe wants to know if we're all in the same studio. Absolutely, we're all in the same studio. Wes Brocky says we need to come out playing great and not wait until we're down 20. Kelly says good evening, folks.
If we get down 20, we ain't winning.
No way. This isn't Boston College you're playing.
We're not winning the game if we get down 20.
So I'm going to kind of combine the two, since you all both really already named all the keys to victory. Next question is, what must we do or what can we not do? I'll go first on that. What we must do is win the turnover battle. We've already seen that they're not very good at recovering fumbles that they have caused. So we need to hop on the ball. If we fumble it offensively, there's a good chance we hop back on it. It's 50. I think it's like they're like 4 out of, what did I say? 4 out of 7 or 4 out of 8, something like that. And if they turn the ball over offensively, we're 5 for 5. I know that don't mean a whole lot, but it does sound like we put ourselves in good positions to recover fumbles that we force. So we got to win the turnover battle. We cannot go for 3. We have to go for the 7 every time, unless we're within 30 yards. And I think y'all know what I'm hinting at without me saying it. We need to control the quarterback, keep him in between the tackles, because if we do, we've got so many 51 tackles for losses this season. It's pretty phenomenal. I'm trying to go through everything in my head. Let them throw it, Quincy, because if they do, the 2 interceptions that we have on the year will double tomorrow. If that's the case, if they throw it Quincy, please do something stupid and throw it Quincy. I'm not really scared of them offensively. I know that they put up a ton of points, but it's been against inferior opponents. And even if you go to our website, cardinalsportzone.com, we did post their press conference for this week from good old Dabo. And even he said that we were going to be the most talented offense they played all year since the opening game against Georgia. So before we get into like predictions and stuff, we can't, again, conversely, what can we not do? We can't turn the ball over. We can't stall on offense. We can't go back to tackling the way we were 2 games ago. It's vastly improved the last game and a half. We need to continue that trajectory. And then after that, we're gonna after you all answer this question, we're gonna flip the field and ask the same thing. What does Clemson need to do to win, and what can they not do? Let's see. Louisville Charlie show up strong, get down to business. I feel good about the game. For me, and again, without giving too much away, there's been years I picked Louisville in this game. There's been years I picked Clemson, even though I didn't want to. We're 0-8 against Clemson. Until we can beat them once, it feels foolish to continue to pick against them until we can prove that we belong with them. But again, we'll save that for a little bit more down the road. Shawn, I know I named pretty much everything, but out of the things I didn't mention, what must we do? What can we not do?
The defensive line or blitzes have to get pressure on Cade Klubnik and get him on the ground. That's number one. Have to
tackles for losses.
Because if we don't get him on the ground, if we don't get in his head, because I think we can get in his head. He hasn't really been sacked all that much, 5 times, and so if you can get in his head, I think that changes the whole game. And then offensively, we have to. I would say we have to catch the ball because we have had some drops.
Yeah.
Even Ja'Cory Brooks, as great as he's been, had some drops.
You have 4 touchdowns.
You have to catch the ball. If we don't catch the ball, I don't care if we run the ball well. It doesn't matter because the running the ball is to set up the big pass. That's what we do. That's the offense, the bread and butter. And if you can't catch the ball, it's not going to work. We're going to have a long day offensively.
And something I didn't mention, our special teams has to continue to win. They've been really good this year as far as blocking kicks and punts and field goals and stuff like
returns
that.
Returns.
Well, yeah.
Punt returns, they got to work a little bit on, but kick returns have actually been pretty decent.
Absolutely. Moms Kelly says English will bring more pressure and defense will rise. I truly believe that.
If they do, that's what I'm hoping. I am hoping because I think Klubnik hasn't faced that much, and I think once he does, he's going to fold. I just feel I feel
kind of like Shawn. Joey, what give us one thing offensively and one thing defensively that we must do.
Offensively, it's something more. What we have to try to not do is put ourselves behind the sticks. We gotta make sure, because it's going to be a hostile environment. They have to be disciplined on the offensive line. We can't put ourselves in long distance field position. So they gotta stay disciplined. Know what the snap count is. Watch the ball, wait for it to be snapped, then get into your blocks. We need the running backs to make sure that they're picking up blitzers. Even chip blocks. Slow them down, redirect them, whatever. Defensively, I mean, I've been saying it most of the year. We got to get some push up the field, like you guys have said. We got to get pressure, even if we don't sack him. We got to get hurries. We got to get QB pressures, knockdowns. Get in his face, disrupt his timing, disrupt his thought process. Get him throwing off balance, throwing off his back foot, on the run, across the body, throws that he normally wouldn't make. Because in all essence, Clemson, other than Georgia, Clemson's had a pretty cupcake schedule. So they have put up some big numbers in less games than us, right? But they've played a far softer schedule than we have.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, we've already played 2 top 10 teams and a top 20 team just in, 3 games. Then you add in Georgia Tech and Boston College, Virginia.
Which have been ranked during the year. Boston College and Georgia Tech were ranked at one point. I'm not sure if Virginia was or not.
But I mean, still a quality.
They were close.
Still a quality opponent. So, yeah, I mean, and what I would like to see is Ashton a little bit wider out on the line to get a little bit better.
And I'm glad that they've stopped moving him around too. That's
Yes.
another reason why he excelled last week.
Yeah, I mean, but get him out wider on the line. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. That pulls that tackle out. And even if the running back is staying in to chip and help on Ashton, that still leaves that gap.
Mm-hmm.
Still leaves that gap, a little bit more open for somebody to get through, and it sets the edge. That's the other thing. If we play a 4-3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, get both of our ends farther out. You spread that like we do on Matt on the college football game.
Mm-hmm.
Spread the line, then you can pinch the linebackers. You can do whatever you want. Fill in those gaps with the linebackers. And, that way you're kind of setting the edge. And if Klubnik's going to take off, he's going to have to take off up the middle. And you've got guys there, hopefully, to stop.
Hopefully, yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. We'll flip it around. What can Clemson do to win? We don't want to give them any ideas.
Show up. To a point, they could just show up and win.
I don't.
It's kind of a joke.
Okay, all right. I was gonna say I don't necessarily agree with that. For Clemson, the evade tackling, get pressure. It's really I don't want to give them any hints on how to win. So I really don't care about that part of it. Let me go to the chat line real quick. It is on. Louisville Charlie says we're going to show up and get down to business. Yeet. Wes Brocky said would love to get a W at Clemson. Tired of Clemson winning games against us. That is true. Here's what I wanted to look up really quick. Here's Clemson's schedule so far after Georgia. App State, NC State, the 2 worst teams in the conference, Stanford, Florida State, Wake Forest, and Virginia.
Yeah.
They beat Virginia 48-31, Wake Forest 49-14, scraped by Florida State 29-13, beat Stanford within an inch of their life at 40-14, and put up 59 against NC State's 35, and then beat App State.
That's the game I watched, the NC State game. Remember I said he ran for like a 40-yard touchdown and a 25. Yeah, that was the game where he just ran all over him.
Just ran at will there, it felt like at times. We're going to head to the commercial break really, really quickly, and then we'll be right back. This is the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, and yes, I'm stalling until I find the commercials. All right, Sean, send us the commercial. There's the Collision Course Crew Tailgaters. It's time. Located behind the El Nepal at 2745 Crittenden Drive. They're set up there all football season for the home game. Shout out to Bill, Garrett, Rhino, Craig, Kevin, Doc, and the crew. Rest in peace, Corrito, for a great time. Hit up the Collision Course Crew Tailgaters. Four Pegs Beer Lounge, where every week is either Wings Day or the Ribs Day. On Wings Day, $20 all-you-can-eat jumbo smoked wings and $1.25 per wing all day long. On the Ribs Day, come get the best ribs in the Ville for just $25 all you can eat or $2 a bone all day long. Fitness Market. Contact our fine friends at Fitness Market to find out how they can furnish your dream at-home gym. From treadmills to saunas to weights, they have you covered. Planet Fitness. Shout out to Planet Fitness and Rick Cooper for helping us look sharp on the sidelines this summer. Great monthly deals for memberships as well. Check your local listings for a location near you. Cherry Pickin', a hoops-themed cold-pressed juice and smoothie bar inspiring you to take what's good. Conveniently located at 828 East Main Street behind the local seltzery. Tell them CSZ sent you for 15% off your total order. Shoot 360, a premier state-of-the-art basketball training facility with highly skilled trainers. Call 515-6556 and sign up today. Great value all around. And if you go to shoot360.com, you can pre-register for a free workout. Come to Shoot 360, the world's most advanced basketball training facility. Rally House. Check out our friends at the Jefferson Mall. Lisa, D, Rico, Amanda, and the crew. Tell them Cardinal Sports Zone sent you. They'll make sure you get taken care of really well. Rally House. Our house, your house, Rally House. Local stuff. Last but not least, our fine friends at Mossy Oak and Hart Properties. If you are in the market to buy or sell farms, land, recreational, or residential areas in the state of Kentucky, let Paul or one of their team of professionals at Mossy Oak and Hart Realty help you out with all your buying and selling needs. Call Paul at 270-537-4422 or email him at pthomas@mossyoakproperties.com. Mossy Oak, we know land. Now back to you guys in the studio. I still think that dude deserves an Emmy. I think that he's awesome. I want to give a few personal shout outs real quick.
Webby.
Oh, I think Shannon Sharp's got that one locked up for the season. I do want to give a shout out to our guy Tony Viscardi, which has created, out of all the pieces he's created, has created the single most awesome piece that I've ever had. And coincidentally, it's the cheapest piece I've ever bought from him, which makes it even better. I don't know if y'all can see some of these special effects, but you can really do anything with it. You could turn it any color, which I didn't know. When I ordered it, I didn't ask for that.
We don't need anything but red or white.
True. But like I've got it to where you can invert the colors. You can make it all white, all red, or throw up the U of L McDonald's colors. Higgy looking at. You can also make it. Where's it at? Oh yeah, you can have it look like it's lightning. Which is pretty.
At the end of the show, when we go to wrap up, that's what you ought to do, because like you do the thunder and lightning on the.
That's true, but it'll be rolling, so they won't be able to see.
Well, right before, like as the song's playing, before it goes to that.
Let's see, what else can you do? No, I didn't say I hated it. Didn't say I liked it, but I didn't. No, I'm just kidding. Is it good? Okay. So, I'm trying to.
All right, guys.
Fiddle with this a little bit. And then you can even set it to like music. So I can set it to music and it'll pulsate with my voice. So as you can see, that's turning weird colors. I don't want it to turn that color, but it does go to the beat of its own drum. I'm going to go ahead and set it back to the Cardinal colors. But yeah, Tony Viscardi, make sure if you are out there, if you're watching the show, you want to, I would say 97% of the art that you see at the Yum Center Suites or Cardinal Stadium and Cardinal Stadium's suites, he's done them. That's how good he is. That's how much they depend on him. So shout out to him. Personally, great dude, does a whole lot of great work. Shout out to our guy Jason Smith at Derby City Dream Cars. He does a lot of stuff. We'll get you some more information on him in the upcoming weeks. But you can pretty much rent any kind of car that you've ever dreamed of driving from him. And they furnish all the cars for, like, they do the photo shoots at the football stadium.
Oh, okay. I've always wondered where those.
Yeah, it's from Jason. So make sure, again, we'll try to get his information and start talking a little bit more about him and his business coming up. It's a great business and great opportunity for you to drive the car of your dreams, West Keys. Sorry. That promo guy deserves a raise. Absolutely. You know what? Here's the thing. I am currently looking for part-time employment that I can do from home so I can still maintain everything else here at the crib. So if you know anybody that's offering at-home work, send them my way. They would be very, very lucky to get an employee of my stature, of my quality, of my value. I work cheap too, as long as you pay me under the table. Nevertheless, it is time to get. Oh, wait a minute. Do we have a? Oh, we do. All right, it's time to get into our locks of the week. We don't have one for that. My bad. All right, locks of the week, and then okay, we do. Hold on. My bad. All right, time for our locks of the weeks and predictions. I'm going to go first. There's no surprise. I'm going to say we're going to double our interception total for the season tomorrow. And if we do that, that should go a long way in helping us compete with Clemson. Uncle Larry watching now. What's up, Unc?
How many interceptions do we have on the year? So you're
2.
We've only picked off 2 passes all year.
I can tell you exactly who they are if you all give me a second. TJ Quinn, I believe, picked one off, and then no, Quincy don't have an interception this year.
He caught one against the sideline as he was diving out of bounds. Could have swore, or did they call it back? You know what I'm talking about.
I'm looking at. I got it. I'm looking it up. The 2 interceptions we have on the year are from TJ Quinn, as I said. Oh, Tamari. Well, no. Sorry, interceptions. Yeah, Quincy Riley with 1. My bad.
Yeah, I remember he was kind of.
And TJ Capers. I said the wrong TJ. My bad. TJ Capers with the other one. I apologize.
Heisman Trophy winner on as a freshman on my college football game.
Absolutely, my bad. And I did, Mama Kelly. I did not mean to. Yeah. My bad. I apologize.
I got you.
It's still 2. Wes Keith says the shade.
That's 2.
Oh, well, I was just saying you could drive your dream car. I didn't throw no shade. I mean, I would assume at this point any car would be a dream car.
Carry them water bottles with you.
See, I didn't say that. Joey did.
I'm gonna say it.
Uncle Larry says, hello, gang. What's up? Gang. All right. So my predictions are double our interceptions on the season, and Brock hits the only field goal that he attempts.
Okay.
I'm going out on a limb, guys. I don't do the safe stuff like Shawn.
Just
every
wait for
game.
mine.
Huh?
Just wait for mine.
Tyler Shuck's going to throw for 1 yards passing or more.
No.
All right, Shawn.
All right.
Time for the sloppy seconds.
I was just saying it and putting it in saying
Chicken.
I swear.
well,
Hit the wrong button. My bad.
Uneffing believable.
With some ranch.
All right.
Chicken and ranch.
I'm going to go Ben Perry getting an interception.
So you're just going to.
So one of your 2 interceptions is going to be Ben Perry.
Wes said both of you can EAD. No, thank you.
And,
Eat at Domino's?
Yeah.
I will never eat at Domino's.
And I'm going to say that Mark Redmond gets 100 yards receiving.
Okay, now that one I like. The first one's just like,
I mean, I
water.
like the first one.
Water's wet.
It's like
Moms Kelly says 27-21 cards. I would love that to be the case. Wes Brocky says uneffing believable. Joey, what? And we're not giving our scores just yet.
no. Well, so I'm not going to give my score just yet, but it kind of hints towards the score. We go to overtime.
Here we go.
We win the game in the 3rd overtime because we get our 2-point conversion and they don't.
Okay, that's very bold
I like
strategy,
it.
Cotton.
I like it.
That's thinking outside the box there.
I like it.
I thought about that earlier this week. I'm like, you know what? I like that because we know if we win, it's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a tight game. It's gonna be something where it's a field goal or less. So yeah, I like the idea. We go to overtime. Both teams score or don't score. First 2 overtimes, and then I think it's the 3rd overtime. You just trade off 2-point conversions, I believe, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So
Okay.
2-point conversion for the win and triple overtime.
Okay, I don't hate that. That does that does kind of tickle the ivories there a little bit.
Shawn,
Stop doing
no,
that,
we gotta
Shawn.
do this because it's gonna be a 2-point conversion for the win. Oh, they can't see me.
No, they can't. All right, let's go ahead and flip it around. We'll let you do the first prediction score wise.
All right. So to win by 2, I think the 21-6 is 27. 29-27 Cards.
All right.
27-27 at the end of regulation. Or, no, hold on. Add 7 to 36-34. Sorry, 36-34.
Okay. And I like it. I'm gonna go 34-31 Cards. I think Brock Travel says gonna have the field goal that wins it.
So the one field goal that he hits,
Mm-hmm.
what'd you say, 34?
34-31.
Well, then he would have to hit more than one field goal.
Well,
He'd have to have 2.
all right. That's okay.
4 touchdowns and 2 field goals. So he just said you're wrong, Jeremy.
Okay.
I mean, that's what it says.
Yeah.
Instead of saying 31-28, to where it could still line up. And if I was him, I said Ben Perry gets one of the interceptions, but it's a pick 6. I mean, if you're going to do it big, but it's too late now.
Yeah.
Now, if it happens, it's because I said it.
Well, here's the fact of the matter. This year, Louisville's averaging 36 points per game. Clemson's averaging 32 points per game. We both had a big explosive output. They beat somebody 62-20. We beat somebody 62-0. My head wants to tell me we win this game. Sorry. My heart wants to tell me that we win this game 33-32.
I like it.
My head wants to tell me that until we beat them. Okay, Moms Kelly is just going deep with the predictions, and we'll get to that in a second.
Like it.
My head is telling me, however, that 38-28, the other team.
Listen to your heart.
I want to listen to my heart, but until we can.
Now, on the record, you got to pick. Don't be like Sam. I'm gonna have to create a graphic that says Jeremy picked Clemson and hates our coaches.
No, we're not going to do that. But we are gonna hear from Sam real quick. Let's go ahead and Sam.
Wow.
Oh, okay. You pick Clemson. All right. See, I can do it tastefully. He just doesn't at all.
We're beating them.
Moms Kelly says Ja'Cory Brooks, 1 touchdown, 100 yards. He's 1 yard off of averaging 100 yards per game receiving. Redmond, 1 touchdown. Quincy Riley pick 6. T-Mac forced fumble. MJ pick. Travel said 2 field goals of 45 and 52. Listen, if all of that happens, then we do win 33-32. That's how we have to play a perfect game, which we've not played all year, for us to defeat Clemson. I do think we've gotten better the last 6 quarters. I think we've gotten better overall the last 2 or 3 games, but I've got to see it, and I hate to be that person because y'all know I normally pick Louisville no matter what. I cannot do that this time unless.
Yeah, you can.
No, I have to be
You can do it.
unbiased. Well, I did. I said 33-32 Cards if we play the perfect game. If we don't, they win. I said 38-28. I'm gonna say 38-30. They're not gonna cover the spread. Yeah, Aaron says always listen to your right head. Well, sir, I always do that. Wes Brocky says you got that crustless cheesecake on your mind. That was phenomenal. Thanks for bringing that over. Moms Kelly says Shuck will pick apart the Clemson secondary. That's the part I agree with because they have so many tackles and tackles for loss and sacks by their secondary. If our key to the win this game is the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
If the offensive line can allow Shuck to throw the ball, we will destroy them tomorrow night.
There's one other factor we didn't talk about, and that's refereeing.
No, that's another reason why I said I think that they still win by 8 points because those referees down there have cheated us every time we've been down there. So I want this. It's not that I don't want it. I do. Let's go really quickly before we head to the next segment.
No.
All right, I want to make sure I got that out of the way before I forgot.
Mark down for 4/18/24.
4/18/24, we might be able to play this soundbite finally.
He did it.
I'm not sure.
In this case, what happens in Vegas does not stay in Vegas.
No, we will talk. We won't mention it.
Ad nauseum.
Robbie says we are Louisville. And Moms is correct on this. Glad Monroe Mills is back. We played exponentially better with him in the lineup last week than we had been. Let's see. Before we head to the rear end of the last quarter, if you will. It's the truth though, Wes. Wes is laughing his butt off.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to save the basketball because I did want to talk about the basketball game, but we'll save that for Sunday because the basketball season tips off Monday, for lack of better words. Play that again. All right. We're coming for Vegas. No, we listen. This is hopefully what Shawn says after the first night in Vegas.
He did it.
He did it. Isaac Brown. Okay, so Babu's putting in his prediction. Isaac Brown gets a rushing touchdown, a receiving touchdown, and throws a touchdown back to Tyler on a trick play.
That would be awesome.
This one's
beautiful.
This one's beautiful. I love it. Hopefully on Sunday we can say
he did it.
I tried to wait till Shawn took a drink of water to play that because I knew he was gonna have a little fun with that. I'm trying to think if there was what did I say? Oh, people. I know the message boards are cool, but y'all know how I feel about the message boards. There's people, not everybody who subscribes to message boards are douche canoes, but there's a lot of crappy people on those boards that spread false information just to act like they know something. Case in point, Friday morning, there was a message board post put up that Amari Huggins Bruce, which I believe could be the X factor against Clemson, was in a car accident and his injuries were so bad that he was going to be out for the season. I texted Brady Brom. He hadn't heard anything of that nature. I texted a couple more people up there. It is what it is. Well, in our group chat, it elevated quick. Then about 5, that was at 1:00 in the afternoon. At 5:00 in the afternoon, I had 3 people DM me and said, "Hey, did you hear that Amari got hit by a car while he's walking on the sidewalk on campus?" I'm like, Jesus Christ. No, I hadn't heard that. There was an accident Thursday night he was in. He practiced on Friday. Practiced on Thursday. He was in an accident Wednesday night. He practiced yesterday. We haven't received an email stating he will be out for the game.
Well, he even tweeted.
He tweeted. Yeah, he debunked it himself, but that was like 12 hours after the rumor.
Basically, that's news to me.
Yeah, it was Wednesday night. Yeah, absolutely. Isn't their offensive coordinator out this game? I don't know. Look it up, Shawn. You ain't doing nothing else but sitting there and looking like Shawn.
I would send you that link, but you wouldn't look at it.
No, not at all. But just there's a lot of stuff that is right on the message boards. But the message boards have been, for the last 3 or 4 years, have been a place of hatred. That's where the whole Fire Chris Mack movement started at. And we started having players and players' families and even assistant coaches hit us up and tell us what was true, what wasn't true. And then the whole Kenny Payne first year, him, Steve, who does look at message boards, but every day he's like, man, you've got like 3 or 4 hate articles on the message boards where they're just hating on me because I was friends with Kenny Payne. or because I advocated for McKinney. I don't claim him anymore. So just before you, because that's what happened. Somebody heard that initial rumor, went on Twitter and tried to be like, that's another thing that irks me. There are so many people on Twitter that want to report stuff first and then verify it later. Not everybody has to be an insider. I tell Shawn, I tell Sam, I tell everybody here at the website, because there's times, Shawn, you can attest to this. We've got information a month in advance.
Mm-hmm.
We don't put it out there because the information has been given to us by people up there, and we want to respect that. We want to build trust. We have built trust,
Given in confidence,
and we just sometimes it's better to be right than to be first. There are times where we get jumpy and everybody tweets something out, but like this went, I'd never seen anything go this viral. Like somebody put that in our group chat, and then about 30 minutes later, everybody on Twitter was like, well, out with another receiver out, and the eyeballs and this and that. And it was like, So I now it did take me all day to verify that it wasn't correct. I knew that the whole him getting hit by, but
it would have been on the news.
Yeah, but by the time we got it verified, he was already tweeting, and it was just a big mess. So point being, just don't believe everything you see on message boards, and definitely you can believe. Let me rephrase that: believe what you want to, but don't go to Twitter. We have so many pretend insiders and experts. Robbie said 7 p.m. Did we? What do we? What's Robbie? Tell us what's at 7 p.m. I don't know. Mom's Kelly says ankle injury. I heard. Okay, so the offensive coordinator hurt his ankle.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. I looked up news. The only thing I see is that apparently he's the number one top guy for the East Carolina job.
Okay. Okay. Look, whatever floats your boat. We're going to close the show up here in a second. We thank you all for hopping on here with us. Give us all your last-minute questions, your score predictions, your locks for the game. Make sure you're out there supporting our photographers at cardinalsportzone.com. Shout out to all of our fine sponsors: Fitness Market, Fourpex, Collision Course Crew, Cherry Pick and Shoot 360, Mossy Oak, Planet Fitness, and Rally House. If you would like to sponsor the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, you can look. Well, you can't right now because I've got a comment up there. You can look in the bottom left-hand corner. I'm just going to direct y'all anywhere but the correct place. The bottom left-hand corner, and it'll show you where you go. You email me. We have some prospective sponsors that I'm talking to that it kind of fell into my lap. We're looking forward to work something out with them. We also want to clear up something with the Rally House thing. I have never said they would give you a discount if you go into Rally House. I've said they'll take care of you. Apparently, people are going in there that listen to the show and saying, "Hey, I need the Cardinal Sports Zone discount." I've never offered that. They've listened to the show. They know I haven't, but they did ask me to clarify that. Tune in to the show Friday nights at 10:05 and Sundays at 1 p.m. Stay tuned to our social media and subscribe to us on YouTube or Facebook to be alerted anytime we go live, even though we prefer YouTube, Mike Murphy. You can find the audio version on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Buzzsprout, Spotify, TuneIn, Google, Amazon, iHeart. Hit subscribe, like, plus, heart, or whatever it is Shawn does on Saturday nights. Hit that button now. If you haven't listened to all the prior episodes of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, it's easy. Go to cardinalsportszone.com, the place that I'll begin. Hit the podcast drop-down menu. Go to CSZ Podcast for our newer stuff. Especially all of our audio versions are on there. And go to the archives to hear our stuff from Blog Talk Radio, National Championship time, when all the old stuff's in the archives. Check out our exclusives at cardinalsportszone.com. Also, shout out to everybody who's out there sharing the podcast. We appreciate you. Hiccup. Shout out to our guys Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage doing the Lord's work Monday through Friday, 10 to noon on ESPN 93.9 The Ville. Shout out to Dan Furman, Mark Spiegel at the 502 Circle, and people. There, Go Line with Bilal Powell, Keeping It 100 with Kaysen and Noah, Huddle with Harry Douglas, Beyond the Court, Elena Scott. Amazing little shorts that they put on social media. Dan is working his rear end off to get that content out, and his team to get that content out. As always, check out the latest edition of Around the ACC with Dalton Pence. It airs live on our podcast network every Friday at noon. This week's episode was all of them have been really good. On social media, where can people find you, Shawn, on social media? And by that, I just mean Twitter and not your Farmers Only profile, please.
At Elville Shawn.
It's still the same thing.
Joey?
At Joe Wallman 526.
And I'm at Jeremy_CSZ, and I believe Shawn's nephew is beating himself up downstairs. I'm not really sure. A lot of screaming coming from downstairs. Let's get to our last words. Again, we're going to talk about basketball a little bit later. We'll talk about basketball tomorrow. Joey, Shawn, your last words.
I always say it, even if it may not be true. It's Merkin season in Clemson, South Carolina.
The game's at 7:30 tomorrow night, like I said, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Robbie said 7. It's at 7:30. I guess he thought he my last words are really simple. Night game, 7:30, ESPN. Let's get it. Let's get that first victory. Joey, you always have the spotlight when it comes to the.
Well, that's on Sunday because I like to give the games on Saturday to see who.
I'm talking about your
poor performers, but Maryland is trash every day of the
always trash.
And then help control the pet population like Shawn does.
Shawn helps with the population for sure.
Get your pet spayed or neutered, and how about who's not trash? Maybe that's what I'll do on Friday nights.
There you go.
Well, I forgot. I did have one more last word. Got our tickets for WrestleMania today.
Oh, yeah.
We will be in Las Vegas for that spectacular 2-night event. And when the tickets go live for Raw and SmackDown, we're going to go to those as well.
NXT.
NXT. That's another shout out to WWEshop.com for the black and gold Yeet shirt behind Shawn's head or behind the championship belt. Shawn's pointing to it like he's Vanna White or some stuff.
Thanks, Vanna.
Vanna White skin because he's so pale. Sorry. But yeah, we're looking forward to that. I'm going to have to probably donate one of my kidneys to be able to afford to pay this back. But we're going to have a great time. The Womans, the Rummages, and maybe Shawn. Maybe Shawn's going to tag along. And again, I've heard they got really good dishes out there. They've got some Italian that I can't wait to try. Fat burger I want to try. Shawn's going to try some chicken and ranch.
I want to find all you can eat like steak and seafood buffet.
Yes. Wesky says Cornholio's downstairs going crazy. He's just like punching himself in the nads for no reason. He's said no TP for his mouth.
I am the great Cornelio. Come out with your pants down. Do you have TP? TP for my bunghole?
Jesus Christ. Shawn.
Oh, God. Uneffing believable.
Listen, we hope you all enjoy this week. Thanks again for all the support. We love you guys. Until next time, this has been the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. Shout out to Tony Biscardi. Crown Jewel tomorrow, followed by the football game. Let's get it.